Hey guys, right here, and today we are back with what if Goku was a Super Saiyan during the Vegeta arc, the Vegeta Saga. And don't confuse this with the animated version of this story. This is the storytelling version. The animated version will be up later on this week, so let's get started. Our story begins. We are getting about halfway through the big battle between the two Saiyans, Nappa and Vegeta, against the forces of Earth. And well, Piccolo has just been killed by Nappa, like in the original, along with Chiaotzu, Yamcha, and TIen Shinhan. And just like in the original, things are not looking too good for our heroes, and even Gohan's attempt at avenging Piccolo ultimately failed and backfired. With his power level returning to normal after using it all in one shot. Perhaps Gohan might have stood a better chance if he furiously attacked Nappa rather than wasting it all in one shot. But hey, we can use that for another what if. And just like in the original, Nappa is about to finish off Gohan for good, when luckily, the flying Nimbus saves him and Goku arrives in the battlefield like in the original. Now, even though Akira Toriyama hadn't came up with the concept of Super Saiyan yet at this point in the story, at least what a Super Saiyan was and how the transformation worked. Well, let's just say, for the sake of this what if, that he had done that, because as we know, Super Saiyan's not necessarily about raising your power level, it's about your rage. Rage is the primary trigger for the transformation. And Goku arriving on the battlefield, realizing that 4 of his friends had been mercilessly killed by Nappa, and the thought that his son was just about to be next. Oh no. Goku gives into the rage, and a transformation begins to happen, and well, as Vegeta likes to say, he's not dealing with the average Saiyan anymore. And Goku has become a being of legend. A legendary Super Saiyan before Nappa and Vegeta's eyes. Consumed with the outrage of what happened to his friends, what could have happened to his family had he been any more late arriving to the battlefield. And well, naturally, Vegeta's scouter is completely destroyed, not even able to read Goku's power at this point. But I would estimate that Goku's power level at this point would be over 400,000, being over 8,000 in the manga, Super Saiyan, a 50 times multiplier. That's 400,000. So yes, Nappa and Vegeta do not stand a chance. However, Nappa, not having a scouter on his face, is not intimidated by this at all, and foolishly tries to charge Goku, who is taken down with a single punch. Not knocked out, I'm talking dead. Straight up. And his attention is turned to Vegeta, and Goku, being Goku, does more or less give him the chance to walk away. And Vegeta, he's gonna walk away alright, but if he can somehow take Goku down as he runs away, well, he's gonna give it a shot. As he fires a power ball up into the sky and causes Gohan to transform like I did in the animated version. A perfect diversion for him to escape. And, you know, given how Goku is completely oblivious to his heritage, you know, pitting father against son, it's just deliciously evil. And, well, luckily, that Goku's voice seems to rein in the rampaging Gohan, and Krillin knowing to cut off the tail, Gohan is quickly restored, and, well, Vegeta managed to get away pretty much safely this time around, at the very least. And, well, the good news for our heroes is that no one is particularly badly injured at this point. No, it's just, yeah, Goku is in relatively good shape other than being completely worn out by the Super Saiyan transformation. His first time and him being much weaker in this point of the story, I would imagine this would take a bit of a toll on his body, a toll he's not quite ready for. But other than that, he's fine. And for the next 10 days before the boys head off to Namek, Goku, Krillin, and Gohan are able to train with Goku for a little while for those 10 days, while Bulma fixes up Kami's ship like in the original story. And so they're off to Namek, as per schedule, Goku deciding to stay behind, and after learning what this transformation could be, that he's a Super Saiyan, he knows now that he needs to get his body to catch up with that kind of level of power. So Goku is training harder than ever. Harder than what he does in this part of the story. In fact, Dr. Briefs isn't only building Goku a spaceship in case he's got to go to Namek, he's also building him a grav chamber he can use on Earth in the meantime, which, compared to building a whole ship, was the easy part. So pretty much, Goku's got let's say 2 weeks in a grav chamber before he's even going to be asked to go to Namek. That's a whole week more than a week longer than what he has in the spaceship on the way to Namek. But since he's got time on his side, he can take the training a lot slower. Which, essentially, he does. He pretty much has himself on 50 times Earth gravity by the time he gets the phone call to go to Namek. But we're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves here. So let's rewind a little bit. And let's bring us to Namek. There's no fake planet Namek. And let's go back a day before Gohan and Bulma's arrival on Namek. Now, this is where things begin to differ a little bit, because Vegeta, because he didn't need to use the healing chamber this time around, he ends up on planet Namek a whole 24 hours early. But this also means when he has his showdown with Kui, his power is pretty much on par with Kui. But don't you worry, guys, our mighty Prince of Saiyans does manage to defeat and destroy Kui, although by the skin of his teeth. And you can thank his he and Nappa going around blowing up other planets, and for that, it's still exercise and a little bit of training. So I would imagine that Vegeta would be still, at the very least, slightly stronger than Kui. That if Vegeta put all in his Gallic gun, he essentially destroys Kui, but he's worn himself out almost to the point of death doing it. as Vegeta sometimes does. I will not be a part of Frieza any longer. Gallic Gun! Bye bye, Kui. And well, this is where things become very interesting because Vegeta is found later on. Not by Frieza's men either. He is found by the Namekian elder, Mori. Yes, Mori has found Vegeta and decides to actually help the Saiyan out. After all, Vegeta is not guilty of any of the crimes on Namek. He hasn't hurt any of his people, and he can tell by reading Vegeta's mind that he is an enemy of Frieza. And even though, yes, Vegeta's not exactly the nicest guy himself, enemy of my enemy could be my friend. And so, to he actually decides to take Vegeta back to the village and heals him, and even willingly gives him the Dragon Ball. Now, Vegeta being healed, this now means he gets the Zenkai boost that he was denied in this timeline from Earth. So his power level is now what it should be on Namek. And he's got a Dragon Ball from his trouble, and Vegeta has learned to sense power levels on his own. He senses that Frieza and his men are coming, and Vegeta is almost in a panic. And, well, Mori, after surrendering the Dragon Ball, pretty much tells Vegeta to get out of here. Vegeta cannot quite understand why this Namekian is being so helpful. And, well, I've read your intentions, even though they are not exactly pure. We can't let the Dragon Balls fall in the hands of Frieza. So basically, Vegeta is the less of two evils here. And he implores Vegeta to go find the eldest Namek and receive his Dragon Ball. And thanks to the Namekians being telepathically involved with each other, much like how Kami is with Piccolo, and how it's definitely shown that the eldest Namek Guru was definitely telepathically linked to all his children. So, during the time Vegeta was knocked out, he had consulted with Guru on what to do about this situation, and they decide to put their trust in Vegeta. And well, thanks to a bit of telepathy from Mori, Vegeta knows where to find the eldest Namek, and the eldest Namek knows he's coming. At least. As Vegeta leaves, he does feel a little bit bad, since the Namekians have helped him, and this is the first time anyone's shown Vegeta any kindness. He does feel a twinge of what you might call guilt, maybe not all the way up to guilt, that he's basically leaving these Namekians to be slaughtered. However, Vegeta decides to quickly hide the Dragon Ball, just throw it in a lake somewhere where only he can find it, and he decides to observe what Frieza is doing to the Namekians. However, completely unaware that by the time Frieza has shown up, Krillin and Gohan have also become aware that Frieza has appeared to a nearby Namekian village, and they're on a nearby cliff spying on the situation like in the original story. And I think that is a good spot to leave things for the moment. So, what do you guys think? Is Vegeta actually going to step up and actually help the Namekians who just help him? Or will he leave them to their fate? And what would his reaction be should Krillin and Gohan get themselves involved this time around? or listen more next time as we continue this story.